Today I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite teams and one of my favorite tactics. A lot of people have been asking about all this. I'm going to be talking about the tactic I use, and I really love this tactic, and I really hope if I ever become a football manager, which I really want to become, I would probably use this tactic. I know when I become a manager, these players are not going to be there, but I would just love to have players like these people. So this is my favorite tactic, and I've been using this when I am managing a few times. I'm still pretty young, so I just manage a few like smaller teams, and when I become big, this is the kind of dream team I build around. So I'm going with a 3-4-3 formation, but I'm instead of left forward and right forward, I'm probably going with the left attacking midfielder and the right attacking midfielder. I have Hugo Lloris in my team. Hugo Lloris, where are you, Hugo Lloris? Yeah, we have Lloris in our team, 88. This is just a custom score. I'm going to show you the tactics on another page altogether. So we have Hugo Lloris, we have David Luiz, we have David Alaba, Bonucci. These three just amazing passers of the ball. I just completely don't know if you agree with that. But then you have Xhaka and Vidal, who are really good, are very good at defending. As plus they can attack well. They're the main controllers of the ball, the main, people. I wanted Busquets, but I just didn't feel like Busquets was right for the team. Then we have Hazard or Bale, or we might have a few fullbacks who can come in and fulfill this role necessary. And then up front we have real all attacking. We have a real fast-paced Jamie Vardy. He's getting older, but I don't think he's getting any slower. And then we have Rakitic and De Bruyne, who are just tremendous passers of the ball. So now I'm going to just go ahead and show you the tactics I'm going to be using in when I ever become a manager or whatever. This is my favorite tactic I use. So I'm just going to leave this page. Necessarily I might have to make anything later. Now this is we just changed a bit of a formation of David Luiz and all that, but nothing too important. But what's going to be there is we have David Alaba, David Luiz and Bonucci, and let's just go real small in size right now currently. What I'm going to be doing is this is the tactic what I use. The kickoff and all that happens, and the real attacking thing starts when we have Hugo Lloris with the ball, the goal kick or whatever the just normal kick is. He passes to either David Luiz. Let me just make it a bit thicker for you guys to actually see the ball. So we have him giving the ball to this man right here, or this man right here, or this man right here, or either he can just go ahead and pass it to these two in the middle. Let me just actually, these two, if you guys didn't know, were actually Xhaka with this and Vidal, if you guys didn't see that part. So I just bit of a mistake, didn't actually put it in before, but no worries, you guys smart people, you can understand. So we have Xhaka and Vidal, not the greatest writing, but Xhaka and Vidal here. And David Luiz, I believe, is the best passer who can pass along. Bonucci is as good as him, but I just wanted to put David Luiz in the center part. Bonucci might be a better defender, so it might be you can just switch them around or whatever the case is. So David Luiz, his main area, because I've seen him cause the game against Leicester yesterday as well. He did a really great passes. So you can either pass it straight to Vardy, who's really fast. You can either pass it to Granit Xhaka right here. You could pass it to Vidal over here, or as good as he is, you could pass it to De Bruyne, or he could pass it to a Rakitic. But his main role is I don't think he should ever pass to the wingers, because we have David Alaba and Bonucci who we could do. So if Logo used to pass to David Alaba or Bonucci, he could pass it around here, he could pass it over here, or he could go straight over there. These are the restrictions for passing, because I just don't want everybody to pass to whoever he thinks are free, because it makes things sometimes pretty difficult to understand. Only when if everybody's blocked and then it gets too predictable, which it might get, you might really understand what happens sometimes. Now after the ball is passed to these wingers can either pass it back to these people, these central defensive midfielders who are really good long shot takers. I will be going on why I've chosen these people later on. Or they can pass it to these attacking midfielders, or if these attacking midfielders are standing lower than what they're necessary to stand at, I will expect them to just cross it, go through the side, and bam, whoever can score the goal, who is in the box, you got to score. Vardy, when he's in the box, he's got to score. If he's Vardy in the box, Vardy's got to score. Now De Bruyne and Rakitic, what they do is they either pass it back to Xhaka, and Vidal. It seems a bit low. Actually, very confusing, but no worries. It'll be explained later on. And De Bruyne can pass it back to Hazard, and can pass it back here. Just what I don't like is just playing at the back. It's not really necessary. If the defenders are really wide on, that's when you can really think about it. But just other than that, I don't really think that playing at the back is the best thing to ever do. Then we have the reason. Now I'm going to get into why I think I've put in. So that's my tactic, and I'm going to tell you why I've put these names and why I think this is the key. As I told in the start, David Alaba, David Luiz, Leonardo Bonucci, they're really good passers of the ball. They can pass the ball really well. They can play midfield. Of course, David Luiz, David Alaba can play midfield, so they are really good. And Hugo Lloris is pretty decent. He's really good passer of the ball, really good distributor of the ball. The reason I put Marcelo, Valencia and Klein over there is because Hazard is not a defensive kind of the defensive minded player, and he can defend a bit, very bit. Can make like 1 or 2 interceptions per game, which is not the best. Not that hard working on the defensive role, and that's the key point. You just got to be defensive, and that's why I've put in Marcelo, who was sometimes at Real Madrid ahead of Ronaldo, and Marcelo takes the left wing spot, but Ronaldo just goes in the middle and waits for the crosses and those dribbling techniques and whatever it is. So that's why I've put Marcelo, who could be the key man who runs up and down. And on the other side, you have Valencia, who might not be as good as defensively, because I've seen how he crosses, and he's really a big threat, because now you have Ibra, Fellaini, Pogba. See the video of Pogba. I'm going to make another video on him, how much I hate him, the way he's playing and all that. And yeah, so we have Klein as well who can do that. Gareth Bale is not a bad option, because he's an attacking force, and he was a defender, so I think he has a few things which he can do really well with. Now Hazard, I've seen how he plays for Chelsea. He can go and he can do all those skills, and he can run and cut in and shoot with his right leg. Gareth Bale can do the same thing, shoot from far, outside the box, get in, pass it. They can do all this stuff. Rakitic, De Bruyne, real good at really good at what they can do with the long passes and whatever it is. David Luiz, Bonucci, David Alaba, all of these three can do that. The main thing is Lloris doesn't pass it in front of Vidal, Xhaka, David Alaba, David Luiz and Leonardo Bonucci. You don't pass it in front of them, absolutely not. And and if it's Valencia or Klein playing on the right side, not Marcelo also, he can dribble in, but if it's Valencia and Klein playing on the right hand side, they are just masters of crossing. So one side, if there's Marcelo or Hazard playing, they can just go and dribble and do all those kind of amazing skills. And on the other side is Valencia or Klein. Forget Gareth Bale, he can do what he wants, but Valencia or Klein, you just got to cross it. So you have real good balance on both sides. And then you have Rakitic and De Bruyne, who are good at throw balls, good free kick specialists or set piece specialists, and they can do what they want. And David Luiz also is a real set piece specialist. And if you're on the counter attack, it's really simple. Vardy will only go below this point. This is the point for him. You can see what I'm marking right here. He doesn't go below this area. He just doesn't go. If he wants to put high pressure on them, he gets the ball. If he gets the ball, very good. He can go past the defense and do what he wants, because that's the defensive line as well. So, and he's very fast, so he can get through everybody. And De Bruyne, Rakitic, Marcelo, Hazard, all these fast players just go and push forward, and that's what you got to look for. That's what you got to do. And then the rest of the people, if David Luiz gets the ball and Vardy is just running for the ball, you can pass straight to David or Vardy, how shown here, or you can make some quick passes. If Bale gets it to somebody, he could run. If Valencia, he could pass, go in front. If Valencia gets the ball, he could go in front and pass the ball here. Klein does it, he could go in front, pass the ball. Marcelo could just dribble through in and get in. Hazard could dribble through in and shoot the ball into this goal right here. Or Vardy could do it, or De Bruyne could do it, or Rakitic could do it. Whoever wants to do it, they can do it. The main thing is, I'm pretty sure in the whole season, because defenders never score, but some people score 2 or 3 goals. David Luiz, David Alaba, Bonucci, everybody they know, they just go from headers and all that. They will still be a bit bad, because they're not the greatest headers as well. You have Gareth Bale, who can do real good headers. This team is not really made for people who can really head the ball well, but there's no really big problem with that, because the way we can attack and the set pieces and all, we can actually make a few good spaces around, so no worries on that. So that's my video. If you have any questions, I might make another video thinking about how these things happen, and please like and subscribe, and